All right, so this is just the finishing up last couple minutes from the Step Up to Director training that we did for session one. We ran out of time because we got a little bit of a late start, so I wanted to go ahead and make sure that you guys got all of the information that you needed. So the last part was just really just a hands-on training, which I'm going to give you the opportunity to do with your upline. So, but I wanted to talk to you a minute about customer care calls. And customer care calls accomplish two things. They build relationships. People do business with people that they like and that they trust. So it's really important to build that bond with people. They also provide an endless source of leads. Okay, if you're constantly doing shows and you're following up with those people, doing care calls, then you're going to have continued business. Okay, so some of the common sense times to make customer care calls, because you might be saying, that's great, I love that idea, but when the heck do I do that? So the first common sense time would be the day after the show. So you might do what we call a Big Mac call, which the Mac would be like morning after call. So you might do a Big Mac call. You never get everything in at the show. No matter how hard you try, you never get it all in. Okay, so there's always more sales, there's always more bookings, and always more recruit leads, because you start people thinking, and then they may want to add to their order, or they may want to ask questions or whatever once they get home and they start thinking about it. So really good to follow up right after the show while they're still excited. So you take advantage of the fact that they're still excited and they still remember the show, but they maybe had some more questions or whatever. So another good person to call for, or people to call for customer care calls, are every single person who places an outside order. I tell my hosts that for every single person who places an order, I need a phone number, because I need to follow up with them. I need to make sure that the thing that they ordered is the thing that they meant to order. I mean, how many times have you ordered something and it wasn't the right thing? So the thing that they ordered is the thing they meant to order, but you treat an outside order just like you would treat a guest at a show. So that means you thank them for your order, you make a connection, and you offer your services. So what does that sound like? A full service checkout. Yeah, you can do a full service checkout on a customer care call. I would start a customer care call this way. I would say, hey, Susie, thank you so much for ordering on Teresa's show. Were you able to find everything that you were looking for? Listen. Great. Well, were you able to get everything you wanted? Oh, yeah, that's pretty common. All right, well, I had a couple questions for you. Was there anything about the business that interested you? And you just go from there. I mean, it's so natural. It's actually a very, very natural conversation to have with someone. Another one you could do is an out-of-the-box call. This is when the guests have received their products and you're following up to make sure that everything is okay. Nothing's broken, everything's working well, they love their stuff. It's just a very good time to call. So if you're not able to connect the day after the show, then when they get their stuff is a perfect time. This is an especially good time to reconnect with your host, okay? And if you haven't talked to somebody, you can always do the full service checkout again. Sometimes if you have a really big show and you can't follow up with each guest, or people leave or whatever, you can do that full service checkout with them at any time once you get them on the phone. So once a month. Every month offers a new reason to call people. Letting your hosts and your customers know about the special opportunities is just a service that you provide. So that's when you're trying to build your business, your customer care should be rocking. All right. With each new season, we are getting ready to embark on a brand new season. New season is when we have our changeover, and so we'll have new products, and so that's another good time to reconnect with people. Some people like to have shows every 6 months. Some people say, oh, I can't do it right now, call me in the spring. So I consider spring to be when we have our new product catalog come out, and new products come out. So people love to know what's new. Things change quickly in people's lives, and a person who wasn't ready to start a business in the summer may have an entirely different need come fall. All right, so when you are doing a customer care call, there's some things that I want to share with you. First of all, use the customer care script, and you can download the customer care script on the Step Up program. You just go to Consultants Corner, and you go to the what's it called? The section where you do consultant training. The little tab that says training, and then almost all the way down to the bottom is the Step Up Your Business program. And you're going to download the customer care outline, which is kind of backwards, so looks like this. Okay, this little girl talking on the phone. Anyway, so you're going to download that, and it has great words for an introduction, offering the opportunity, talking to about hosting, those kind of things. All just great words to follow. I really like the fact that they give us all the words to use. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel or create a new script. Just use what the home office gives you. There's just no reason to redo it. All right. And also, when you listen in on your customer care call with your director, that's another thing. You want to have this script handy with you. So you're going to use the current guest and host specials. You need to have those handy. So a great resource for that and how to sell those is to listen to Jane Miller's Let's Talk Promotions. She's got a fabulous little 5 to 10 minute blurb that she does every single month for each promotion. So listen to those and get some really good ideas on how to sell the guest special. It's really important that you can sell the guest and the host special, because sometimes if somebody is on the fence, you can push them over with that guest and host special. Expand the possibilities. Oh, let me tell you where that's located. You can find that by going to Consultants Corner and then clicking on Managing Your Business, My Shows, Working with Hosts, and Guest Special. All right, so expand the possibilities by always inviting people to learn more about the business and sharing the benefits of hosting a show. Close by asking for referrals. So after you've taken the customer care online course and observed a customer care call with your director, send in your own tip, like the tips that I just shared with you. Send in your own tip to help customer care feel better. All right, send it in to us, to Amy or to Heather or Marianne or Donna or myself. So, all right. So when you look at your play sheet, and that's the purple sheet that I handed out at the meeting, on page 2, there's a customer care observation form, okay? Now, when you look at that, basically, here we are with the acronyms again, CHEF. You're basically gonna want to follow through here. So what I want you to pay attention to when you're doing the customer care calls with your director, with your, whoever you're doing them with, or when you're practicing with your buddy, the thing that you want to listen for is you really want to listen for the words that they use, okay? You want to listen to specific things that they said, okay? And that actually says that on here. And write down specific phrases and write down specific things that you can use that you're going to feel comfortable using, all right? So that's something that you really want to pay attention to. All right, so the customer care call observation, that's one of the things that you're going to do when you're with your checkup call this month, or this week. So there's several different ways to do this, and I'm going to leave it up to each one of the directors as to how they want to do it. So you'll want to talk with them and figure out how you want to do it. There's lots of different options. And so talk to your director as to what they're going to do, what's going to be the very best. Sorry, I covered the video. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to schedule your check-in and your customer care calls. Okay, so you need to follow up with your director to schedule those. And that when you guys do the customer care calls, they can be together, where you sit together and you do them. It could be a 3-way call. If you're a more seasoned consultant, maybe you do them and report back to your director. So those kind of things. So again, it's going to be real personalized to fit you and what your needs are. All right. So that kind of covers that. I really wanted to talk about customer care because it's so important. And, I think the biggest hurdle for people is when are they going to do it, So there's lots of different ways. You just find the way that works best for you and just make those connections. And as you're growing and having moved so many times, customer care is just a huge lifeline for me. When I'm trying to build my business and I want more shows and I want more bookings and I want more, whatever I want in my business, then doing customer care is how I make sure that I get that. So, okay, so one challenge that I want you guys to do before our next get together, and again, I'm going to get that information out as soon as possible. I want you to be a champion player. Okay, and what that means is that you are going to complete all of these squares on your play sheet, these squares right here. Okay, you're going to complete all of those. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So we went over those a little bit at the meeting. So you're going to complete all of those. Okay, and you're going to bring to the next step-up meeting, which is February 20th. Okay, so when you bring this form completed to the next step-up meeting, then you're going to get some bonus bucks. We gave away bonus bucks today, so that's going to be really important. Okay, so I wanted to share with you something from Tammy Stanley. Tammy Stanley actually spoke at conference this summer, so if you went to conference, you might have heard her. She talks a lot about getting on the phone and making those connections. So she has a book called Carpe Phonum. So that means how to seize the phone, take action, call your prospects, even when you lack courage. So this is what she has to say. Have you ever noticed how quickly you can lose the confidence to make a call or contact a prospect because you don't feel like you can do it? The reasons why you don't feel you can do something are as simple as the reasons you don't feel that you can do something as simple as making a phone call are varied. You might feel it's because you lack experience, confidence, or previous success. But it is the very thing that we think we need before we take action, like courage, confidence, and comfort, that only come to us after we've taken action. Let me read that again. The very thing that we think we need before we take action is things that are only come after we've taken action. The only way to truly feel successful is to take action. So what's the one thing that you'll do to make sure you take action and complete the play sheet? Is it that you're going to log it? Is it that you have a challenge and maybe you get bonus bucks and that's very motivating? Is it that you really want to make a difference? You really want to make this work for you? So think about that. Think about those things. Okay, comment below this video on what it is that's going to help you complete that play sheet. So here's an excerpt from the Success Principles by Jack Canfield. He's the one that also wrote The Aladdin Factor with Mark Victor Hansen. I showed that tonight. Herbert True, a marketing specialist at Notre Dame University, found that 44% of all salespeople quit after the first call. 44% of all salespeople quit after the first call. 24% quit after the second call. So 44 after the first call, quit. 24 after the second call, quit. 14% quit after the third call. And then 12% quit trying to sell their prospect after the fourth call. This means that 94% of all salespeople quit after the fourth call. Here's the kicker though. 60% of all sales are made after the fourth call. The revealing statistic shows that 94% of all salespeople don't give themselves a chance at 60% of the prospective buyers. So what will you do to take advantage of the 60% and go beyond the fourth call? I think the first thing you need to do is make the calls. All right, so that pretty much wraps everything up that I wanted to tell you guys about. You are going to get an email from your director, and it's going to let you know about the challenges and hands-on training. Okay, you can always go to the step-up section online on the Pampered Chef website, and that's going to give you great resources and insight. Okay, so thank you guys so much for listening, and I'm so excited that you have committed to your business. Have a great day.